a retro gamer and hobbyist artist with a lot of nerve. Crolister, the master of ponage. Hi guys, Crolister here with what I think will be the final part of the Let's Play, excluding the gold medal grind, which I'm not sure if I'm going to attempt or not. And that is the Sonic the Hedgehog crossover downloadable content add-on. Enjoy! I have the deluxe version of the game, so I got this right away. Otherwise, you can buy it separately as downloadable content. The deluxe version saves a couple of dollars. Then once you have access to the content, you interface with the mailbox, which has a Sonic head noted on it. And Pac-Man reads a happy birthday card as Sonic comes to Pac Village and drops off presents in various places. Typical. That's Sonic for ya. Interface with this gift box for a Sonic the Hedgehog Gossipon figurine. Then if you talk to the arcade manager, there's a couple of presents waiting for you here. One of which is the Sonic the Hedgehog and Pac-Man crossover arcade cabinet, which is where you play the stages in question. The other one is a new Gossipon dispenser called A Gift from Sonic, which allows you to get Gossipon figurines of various Sonic characters. Finally, there's a present at the clothing center, where you change your costume.
I see.
And that's the Sonic the Hedgehog costume. Which we're gonna use for obvious reasons in this episode. On top of being cute and hilarious to see Pac-Man look like Sonic in the game, this skin also has special effects that you'll see as I play. Alright, interface with the Sonic and Pac-Man cabinet, and you'll find yourself at South Pac Island, which is where you'll play the Sonic stages. It's also shaped like an arcade Pac-Man sprite eating a Pac-Dot, go figure. And let's get started with rolling around on the island.
Let's go.
Just so you know, I had a bit of a flop in the recording. Just once, so, yeah. You start on a speed booster, complete with a loop. And as you play these stages, it'll actually feel like you're playing Pac-Man and Sonic simultaneously. Now, although there are a lot of rings throughout each stage, they are actually Sonic's means of protection, rather than grinding for extra lives or stuff like that alone. You'll lose rings if you take damage, and if you take damage with no rings at all, you lose a life. This applies to this game as well in these stages. You're actually required to go against the ghost down there for one of the capsules, and I forgot that completely, so I had to replay the stage to get that capsule later. Where missions are concerned, you have to beat the stage with a minimum of 100 rings on hand, and you have to also collect the 5 red star rings. And of course, the obligatory get at least a bronze medal. There are no fruit in the Sonic stages. The red star rings replace them. Every single crate you see in this stage will have pack dots, extra lives, or Gossipon coins. Just so you know, none of the red star rings are in any of them. So technically, those are optional.
Here we go!
I love this. Namco and Sega did a dang amazing job at combining Pac-Man and Sonic with this crossover content to make Pac-Man actually feel like he really is Sonic in essence. Jump here through these dash rings while you're dashing because there's a red star ring there. You want to bounce on these bee bombers. Bomb bees, whatever. Kinda sounds like the name of the game by Namco they put up most recently to this recording from Arcade Archives, Bombi. You have to go that route in order to get a red star ring. And then down here, there's a speed booster, which is required for getting the capsule you saw there. And you have to flutter to go backwards while taking off upward. Let me try again. There we go. You have to go the slow way in order to get a red star ring and a capsule. The fast way here, which is hard and requires well-aimed super bounces on the balloons, is only for the gold medal. The ghosts, which are tentatively called egg ghosts, will shoot laser blasters, so you gotta keep moving around them. That's right, Pac-Man's doing it Supersonic style if he gets a power pellet with his skin. I still think that's copying Super Saiyans and the Dragon Balls from the Dragon Ball series, though. Alright, we got some elevators we gotta wait for. The green wooden platforms will stay put, the red ones will collapse after you stand on them, and they will not regenerate. So, you gotta be careful while crossing. You gotta bounce on this bomber beam to get the final red star ring. Like it matters. I already have over 100 rings anyway. Unfortunately, I missed the capsule, and so I have to go back to this stage to get the capsule I missed. There's Tails, and the motor bug. Alright, so I'll go back and get that capsule real quick before moving on to the next stage.
Let's go.
Just for the record, it's in the ghost zone near the beginning. It appears after you eat all the ghosts there. And it's the choppers. Your reward for completing all the missions on Rolling Around on the Island is a remix of the Green Hill Zone theme. That sounds a bit more retro to the version of the song you hear during the stage. Supersonic Tricky Railroad. As in rail grinding and jumping. Which, Crash Bandicoot obviously copied in Crash Bandicoot 4. Just leaping back and forth to get the rings. I love how the music on the stage is a Sonic the Hedgehog flavored remix of the bare basics. Here's the first red star ring. Watch where you land. Alright, that's not good. Even though you can use checkpoint resets if you miss a red ring or are about to lose a stock if you're worried about score, it does not save your current rings on hand. You have to have 100 rings on hand, specifically in order to get one of the missions. And unfortunately, I messed up like that at the end and couldn't get the mission during the recording. So I had to play the stage again off recording, just so I could get that mission. Eat all the ghosts for a capsule, once again. If you miss the dash ring, you can actually land on a rail underneath you and keep going, just for the record. And if you're more worried about how many rings you have, you might want to go the long way. It can be easy to roll off and lose a stock, and then turn your rings here, so watch your aim. Then we have another ghost zone. Supersonic Mega Pac-Man in this case. It's not gonna bother me if I have to miss a pack dot, especially here. Here's Red Star Ring. I love how the Sonic stages have all the shortcuts in them. Alright, now for a bit of a scary part. You have to ride on elevators around spike balls. And if you're not careful around this point and have to lose a stock or checkpoint save, you lose your ability to end the stage with at least 100 rings, and in turn, fail a mission. And unfortunately, that happened to me. So... that means I have to play the stage all over again off cam, which does not sound like fun. It's a fun stage, it really is. I just hate having to replay it because I was bad to jump around the morning stars. Just for the record, in the middle of them is where one of the capsules is. And I have to wait for a bunch of elevators to get the final of the red star rings. Which you can see is right here. Gotta keep an eye out for spikes on the rail and jump over them. No, it's not alright. I didn't finish with 100 rings. Your reward for... Anyways, here's the capsules. Buzz Bomber, that's what they're called. And then there's Knuckles the Echidna. If you complete the missions on the stage, you can unlock some Gasapon capsules that you can't get until after you complete the mission. Those being Shadow, Dr. Eggman, and Metal Sonic.
Let's go.
And now, the final stage, 300 IQ Evil Genius. Which, of course, is referring to Dr. Evo Robotnik, better known as Eggman, Sonic the Hedgehog's arch-nemesis. This is tough if you're not familiar with the game and the stage. Once you get the hang of it, though, he's pretty fun to fight. If he does the Wrecking Ball sweep, just jump out of its way. Then he does a swinging move where he smacks the Wrecking Ball onto the ground. And a rev roll to the side is literally the only way you can dodge it. Then quickly give him 3 flip kicks, and then another flip kick in the face. In between phases, he will destroy corners of the island, and he destroys the same one in every playthrough order. He will usually do a spinning attack. If you're well coordinated enough to run to the middle of his swinging and get out quickly, you can dodge it. Easier than it looks. See why I did the dodge? Then he's gonna drop bombs from the sky. Try to stay away from the reticles. And he's gonna do 1 additional slam as well. And having less space to rev roll on makes it slightly uncomfortable. Only slightly. Might as well get these rings, because he's gonna destroy that specific corner. And they'll call some more Buzz Bombers. And now some more bombs. Can't really avoid damage there. You. There we go. Alright, new phase. You'll be running like Sonic among speed boosters. Meaning Pac-Man will automatically run. You just have to move left and right and jump. You have to dodge his saw blade attacks. And wait for him to throw bombs. Do you remember the Pinky Boss? Flip kick the green bombs to deflect them back at him to inflict damage. You can double hit him if you're really good. If your rhythm is good enough. Alright, that's not good. I just wanted his rings. Them instead. Yeah. He can corner you easily with the saw blade if you're not careful, for example. And in the latter phases of this scene, he'll chase you on narrower lands and will saw parts of the land, making you have to jump. which can make it a little more comfortable for the player. And alas, we are still not done. Pac-Man manages to grab a hold of the Eggmobile as he flies off. And here we are at some sort of facility where we confront the final phase, the Death Egg robots. This was pretty tricky at first for me. After mastering his movement patterns, though, he's not that tough. Notice how the music adds more percussion in each phase to make the music sound more menacing the tougher you get in the battle. If you flutter to dodge this and do a triple bounce like this quickly, you can damage him easily. Then just wait a bit, rifle away. Then he'll do three thrust punches instead of a low sweep. So, gotta ravel out it quickly. Try to kick him in between dashes. On the halfway point, he will chase after you, and you'll have to run away from him for a minute until he stops moving toward you. Joke. You fat evil genius are a joke. After a bit, the platforms do regenerate, though I would still advise being careful about what ones you let him destroy. Yes! Now that was good, Ray. Alright, let's finish this. Then you get this intermission where the Death Egg robot uses its last stand. It has a laser beam attack as well, it does, if you're not quick enough to attack him. Then Sonic comes in and saves Pac-Man. Then they join forces to deliver the final blow. They blow a hole in his heart just like that. And the robot explodes. And they do a friendly thumbs up gesture to the viewer after a high five. Fireworks. And then we get some extra staff credits. That was really neat that Namco and Sega did this little crossover between their games. And I do think Sonic the Hedgehog is a perfect choice to do a crossover with a platformer Pac-Man game. And like I said before, it feels like you're actually playing Pac-Man and Sonic simultaneously with these. Which is really neat. I really enjoyed this. I was never a huge Sonic fan, though I do love this downloadable content expansion, so, yeah. Nice little surprise. Your reward for completing the missions, which just be no miss and at least a bronze medal, are the Eggmobile and Death Egg Robot Gossipon figures. You must complete the mission before you can get them in the dispenser. And here are the figures that you can get with the Gossipon, which include all the stage elements that you see, and one of Amy Rose as well. You know, there's one more Gossipon and one more cabinet we could add, though there isn't an extra slot on the pause screen for Re-Pac Village. So this will probably be the one and only downloadable content add-on. And you can go to Sonic stages as well as the Pac Night era from Pac Village's hub to access them that way as well. And that wraps up an 8% playthrough. Then once you've beaten all the stages with all the items collected in each one, you just gotta complete the missions and get a gold medal in each of them upon revisiting them, and you'll have 100% game completion. Some of the gold medals are nightmarish to get, so it can seriously detract from the replayability of a full completion run, and after the Origin Mega Whale and Pro Thunder Skater especially, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have any will to do that ever again. I could hardly even handle, going back to do certain objectives in games I had to play again. Outside of that game, so, you know. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this Let's Play series. Consider subscribing or at least checking out my channel if you like any of the franchises I have listed here, because I do play and talk about them a lot and want to continue doing so for my channel. I'm also a hobbyist artist that makes a lot of fan art of different game characters and franchises I like, and will occasionally come out with Let's Plays of mostly retro games I have that I feel like are worth playing for sport on my channel. I do have quite a lot, in mind, so consider checking me out if you're interested. And with that is going to wrap up this video. I am Crolister, Master of Ponage. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you on my next upload, wherever it might be.